Come no mame kwa homa no sibio na me ne lawyer Raymond Bedema ending komo na yenhwe the law side emra no so esesen dia lawyers no ekeka no etomremu anase den na eko eno si endi hon komo lawyer. Good morning and welcome to Kessben Marching.
Good morning, Mr. Kojo. How are you?
I'm okay. Now how you doing?
The Lord is our shepherd. We are good.
It happens that when it comes to this, lawyers then become the most important figures within the space. I mean, talking about Wuntumi's case and then Ken Ofori-Atta's case, but we're going to concentrate on Ken Ofori-Atta's case. What do you make of the press conference yesterday, first off?
And let me just take the opportunity to say a very good morning to our cherished listeners. It's always a pleasure coming their way every morning to explain to them, most especially the position of the law regarding to these issues happening in our country. We do not have any other country but Ghana. So, for me, I think that in the first place, we need to applaud the OSP for his courage.
Okay.
That he has stood over the period when it comes to matters of fighting corruption. Now, criminal laws are not made in vacuum. They are made to achieve certain purpose. And at any point in time, as a fighter of corruption or an investigator, anything you will do, you bear in mind that you are doing it for the purposes of what? Achieving the sole aim for which the laws are made. Now, when they say somebody is under investigation, sometimes depending on the gravity of the offense, that person's certain liberties may be curtailed. Now, this is a man who has been invited over some period of time now to come for an investigation.
Yes.
And let me tell you, even if you are in custody and you are not feeling fine, you are taken to the hospital, correct or not?
Yes, correct.
If a person is in custody and that person is not feeling fine, that person is taken to hospital. So it also implies that even if you come for this investigation and there is the need for you to even see a physician, you will be made to see a physician. Let's not make foolish of the laws that we made for ourselves. The laws are very explicit and clear. You are to appear before an investigative agency or board. Come if you have nothing to hide. Come, let us hear your side of the story. What makes him feel that if he comes, he will not be allowed to go back to continue with his treatment? For me, it only suggests one thing, that he feels maybe he is guilty of the offense. Otherwise, anybody at all, at any point in time could be invited. And you being invited does not mean you are even guilty. You could also be invited to come and give an information that will lead to maybe arrest of another person. So as it stands now, OSP, whatever the case may be, ought to have appeared before the Ken Ofori-Atta ought to have appeared before the OSP, so that if there is any question for him to answer, he will go ahead to answer. Now the lawyers are suggesting that because of his ill condition, he should be allowed to have the interview conducted online. My brother, if the time comes for him to be detained, or there is any other thing that could be done where his person is needed, could that be done? And that is why I started by saying that the laws are not made for making things sake, but they are made to achieve certain purpose. So for the purposes of the law, Ken Ofori-Atta ought to come to this country to be interrogated.
I have heard lawyers, for instance, Martin Pegbu, them quoting an Act 807, that is the Mutual Legal Assistance Act 2010, talking about the avenue for video conferencing, which can still be an option that the OSP can use. I mean, is that the right thing? Is that one of the ways that OSP can use?
Yes, it is a law that was also made
Mm-hmm.
to achieve certain purpose. Like I told you earlier on, laws are made to achieve certain ends meet. And so they are not made for making sake. Now, if in the wisdom of the OSP, he feels that there is the need for the person to appear in person, why not comply with that?
But health issues.
Why not?
I mean,
and again, I don't want to, or I don't subscribe to the school of thought that thinks that OSP is being unreasonable.
yes.
Because he has given Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta ample time to prepare for this appearance. You know, the first time that he was declared wanted was
Yes.
in March,
Yes.
if my memory serves me right. And from March, he was given an avenue actually to prepare and come in June.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he told them at the time that he will be able to finish, or the procedure will finish somewhere earlier in or late May. But he has been afforded the opportunity to come in June. And one interesting thing, again, we are losing sight of is the fact that even as at now, according to the OSP, they have not given any medical report from any certified doctor showing that he ought to have been there for any medical care.
Mm-hmm.
That is another twist of it. Of course, he who asserts must prove. So if you feel that you are not feeling well, you must bring your medical report to show that actually you are not fine. But if it is just by word of mouth saying, I am not fine, and for that matter, I ought to go for treatment. My brother, we are not kids in this country. Right? That
Yes.
means that there is something fishy about whatever excuse you are giving. And that should not be countenanced with in
Okay.
any democratic dispensation.
Before you leave us, if I push you as the lawyer for Ken Ofori-Atta, what would you have done?
Under the circumstance, I will invite my client to come. Most especially where I am very sure he has nothing fishy or he has done nothing illegal.
Okay. Because if
Yeah.
I'm listening, sorry.
And again, you know that even where a person has misappropriated funds,
Mm-hmm.
there is another very powerful law that has been made in the recent time. That is the plea bargaining law. That is another avenue for a person. If you feel that maybe yes, we are all not. We can make mistakes. If you make a mistake and you let him come, let us talk. The institutions are there to help make justice, and they are not there to victimize anybody. So under the circumstance, and with all the laws that are available, that can be used to free my client, I will ask him to come.
And he refuses to, what happens?
Well, as a lawyer, my duty is to advise clients using the relevant laws. I am not supposed to coerce him to come.
Okay.
If I advise him and he say he will not come, I will withdraw my representation and allow him to go for another lawyer.
Lawyer Raymond Bedema, thank you so much for talking to us, and we thank you for your comments.
Ojo, thank you always for the opportunity.
Thank
You
you.
have a very wonderful day.
You too. Yane a lawyer Raymond Bedema and Nadine Komono efa a OSP and a Ken Ofori-Atta in Komodie no ho. And press conference no and who komo and the